In a vibrant land where the air was always sweet with the scent of ripe fruit, there was a village unlike any other. Bright huts made of woven palm leaves lined the paths, and the villagers bustled about with cheerful smiles. Among them lived two best friends, Coco, a small but adventurous coconut with boundless energy, and Melo, a large watermelon with a heart as big as his round frame. The village was a place of laughter and color, yet one day, a shadow of worry settled over it. The once thundering waterfall that fed their streams and nourished their crops had slowed to a pitiful trickle. The air was filled with whispers of concern as the villagers gathered by the dried rocks, buckets in hand, their faces clouded with fear. But Coco's spirit was not so easily dampened. With determination in his bright eyes, he set off on a journey to uncover the mystery behind the fading waterfall. Melo, though timid and unsure, rolled faithfully by his side. Together, they ventured beyond the familiar paths of their home, into the wild embrace of the jungle. The path was alive with colors and sounds. Vines hung low, flowers bloomed like bursts of firework, and the air buzzed with life. They journeyed tirelessly, pushing past thickets and winding trails. Sometimes Coco hopped ahead confidently, while Melo lumbered cautiously, his large frame often catching on the jungle brush. Still, they pressed forward, guided by a courage that grew stronger with every step. Their first great challenge came when they reached a wide, golden beach. Melo, curious and clumsy, ventured too far into the soft sand and became stuck, half buried like a forgotten relic. Coco strained and pushed with all his might, determined to free his friend. At last, with one final shove, Melo popped out of the sand with a tumble, and the two shared a breathless moment of relief before laughing at their own misfortune. Not long after, they met Pineapple, a confident fruit with a spiky crown, who pointed them toward the mountain where the waterfall's source lay hidden. The friends continued their trek, their resolve deepening with each new trial. The jungle path narrowed into a winding trail pressed between towering rocks, vines curling down like curious spectators. The sunlight thinned as the stones closed in, their shadows pooling on the uneven ground. Melo's round body wedged between two slabs, his efforts to push forward met only with stubborn resistance. Coco paused, scanning their surroundings, eyes bright with determination. With a clever plan and careful guidance, they worked together, tugging and shifting until Melo managed to wiggle through the rocky passage. The path beyond opened like a welcome breath, and the friends continued, laughter replaced by quiet resolve. Soon, the trail led them to a dark cave where the air cooled and the sound of dripping water echoed like a distant clock. The walls glimmered with mushrooms that cast a soft blue light, turning stone corridors into a dreamscape. The glow guided their steps as they ventured deeper into the heart of the mountain. From the shadows emerged tiny berry-shaped creatures, their round forms and bright eyes full of curiosity. Moving like a cheerful flock, the berry squad joined them, their energy a spark of courage in the cool silence. Together, they pressed on, following the faint glimmer of flowing water. The cave widened suddenly into a stone chamber where time itself seemed to pause. There, a massive boulder loomed like a silent sentinel, wedged tightly in the river's path. Water seeped weakly around its edges, a pitiful trickle compared to the roaring cascade it once was. Melo braced himself and pushed with all his strength, but the boulder held firm. Coco's gaze turned to the berry squad, whose determination matched his own. Moments later, Pineapple arrived, stepping into the glow with steady confidence. Together, they pressed, strained, and pushed as one. The boulder trembled, shifted, and finally surrendered, crashing free as the cave roared with the rush of unleashed water. Mist and music filled the cavern, and the darkness was lit with joy. The sound of water carried down the mountain, reaching the village before the heroes did. Streams leapt back to life, tumbling over rocks with renewed vigor. The waterfall sang again, louder than laughter, brighter than sunlight on rippling pools. In the village square, fruits of every color gathered, their cheers and dancing a celebration of life restored. Coco and Melo watched from the river's edge as water splashed high, spraying Melo's glossy rind and catching in Coco's tuft of husk. They had done it, together, with courage and friendship strong enough to move a mountain. As the sun dipped low, painting the sky in soft hues of orange and lavender, Coco and Melo rested at the foot of the waterfall. The river's melody filled the evening air, mingling with the contented hum of a grateful village. Lanterns flickered on, casting warm circles of light as the jungle settled into calm. The adventure was over, but its lesson lingered. Even the smallest hands and roundest shapes could overcome the greatest obstacles when hearts worked together. Peace settled over the fruit village, and under the watch of stars, two friends drifted into dreams of future adventures yet to come.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in our next video.